I don't care about your excuses or where you are right now. Because when I look at someone, it's not about where they currently are at, it's where they could be. Because when you look at someone for where they could be, they become who they should be. Hi everyone, my name is Sean Ray, and today we're going to be talking about your 4 financial numbers. The 4 numbers that you need to know to get yourself out of your current situation and start living the reason why you were born. Deep down inside, we all know that we were brought into this planet, we were brought into this existence, whatever this is, for a reason. And so, what is that reason? Is it for you to be at your current job? When you go to your job right now that you have, or whatever you're doing, school, do you want to honestly tell yourself that this is what you were born to do? And if it is, then great, that's amazing. And keep doing what you're doing. Skip this video, move on. If you're doing something that you know is not your full potential, then pay attention. Because I was there once as well. I was hopeless, jobless, massive debt, living out of my car. There's other videos that go into it that you can watch. I'm not going to get into details. But the thing that really helped me out was realizing the fact that where I was now is not where I was going. I was going for much greater heights. And the only way I can get there is by actually seeing the roadmap. Like putting in GPS into your mind to go from the point that you're at to the success point of freedom. Just like if you were to go on a vacation. If you were going on a road trip and you're going to and then you're going to get there by, how are you going to get to your destination? You won't. You need to have an actual defined point, an address on the map, and then you need to put in your GPS coordinates that are exactly there. You'll have the fastest route and you'll never get distracted because you know exactly the way to get there. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, is the exact way to get to your financial number that's going to save you from this life that you're currently living and bring you into this ability to be the full, defined, realized version of yourself that you were born into this life to be. Okay, so the first number that you need to know is the number 1 financial freedom number. And then this is not the number that's going to give you the yachts and the private jets and then the traveling around the world. This is the bare minimum that you need to exist to survive in your current country, city, or state. It's not the most, it's the least amount of money that you need to survive. And so say for instance, most of the people that watch my YouTube and my Instagram videos, they're from Dallas. And so let's talk about Dallas. You want to start from what is the least amount that you need to spend per month to have a decent lifestyle in Dallas. Not downtown Dallas, not uptown Dallas, but just in the city alone. There are places outside of the main city that you can get a 1-bedroom in a decent, it's called Class B apartment, that is not super luxurious, but it's still totally great to live in. You're safe, you don't have to worry about bugs. It might be built in 1980, 1990, something like that, but it's a decent level of living. You can get a 1-bedroom in that area for around $700 a month. So $700 a month isn't that bad. You throw in bills and utilities, put in a car bill, maybe some insurance, phone, everything said and done. By the end of the day, your bill should keep you around like $1,300, $1,400 max. Now let's throw in some extra spending money, groceries, whatever it is, discretionary income, and then let's just round it up to be about $2,000 a month, which you can do it for much less than that, by the way. But let's just say, for instance, you have a decent lifestyle outside of the main cities of Dallas. That's $24,000 a year. Now again, this is before taxes, depends on how you get that $24,000 a year, but let's keep the numbers simple just so we can do the math.
How do you make that money every single month residually? Now what I like to do is I like to buy Airbnb properties. Let's say for instance, we find a pretty decent home in a desirable area for around $300,000. Now a $300,000 home in my history normally goes for around $5,000 to $7,000 a month on Airbnb, depending on the location. So let's say you're making $5,000 a month, but your mortgage is around $2,000 a month. So to make numbers easy, let's keep it around $3,000 a month for your profit. If you're making $3,000 profit per month, then it's going to come out to be around $36,000 a year. So that one Airbnb property can more than pay for your average expenses and live comfortably in the Dallas Metroplex area.
So now you know for you to live life by your own means and do whatever you want, whether that's just sitting around painting all day, if that's going back to school to become a horticulturalist and like try to learn how to do like work with plants all day, like whatever it is, working with animals, kids, you know that you need to make $24,000 a year for you to have a decent income in Dallas, Texas. Now, it's not about saving $24,000 a year. It's not even about earning $24,000 a year or investing $24,000 a year. A lot of people think about just investing in stocks. That's cool. You have all your money that's making you money in an imaginary asset that's going up and down, but it doesn't really change your life in any way on a day-to-day basis. It's a fictional number on a screen. You need to have actual income flowing into your bank every single month. And once you get that $2,000 residual income, it will create happiness. Residual income creates happiness. That's when you're truly rich. You don't have to be a millionaire, multi-millionaire to be rich. All you need to do is have a residual income of $24,000 a year or $2,000 a month, and your residual income will create happiness for you. That's the first step. Financial freedom number 2. This number is for you to have the exact same lifestyle that you have right now with a little bit of play money. So say for instance, for me right now, I live in a high-rise in the middle of downtown or in uptown Dallas, and I have a decent car, I have a decent life. I go out and like to eat some nice meals every once in a while. I like to go out and have some drinks with my friends. I like to travel every once in a while. So for me, in this scenario, I would find out exactly how much I spend on everything per month, and then I would see how my spending habits are. I'd recommend everyone that's watching this get an app called Mint, and then start checking all their expending and where it comes from and where it goes and stuff like that. It's a great thing. If you don't have it, I recommend using it. Once you have your monthly spending down, then you just gotta basically say that this is how much I spend per month, times it by 12, and that's how much you gotta make per year.
In this scenario, we're going to retire a little more comfortably in an area town, say for instance Dallas Metroplex, that's around the uptown area. In this area, rent goes from $750. Now in this scenario, one bedrooms are on average around $1,400. And we're going to increase some prices here and there depending on the bills. And then I want you to take notice of the food and grocery part. We're going to go from $500 to $1,000. That way it's going to allow you once a week or twice a week to go out to a nice restaurant and truly enjoy the finer things a little bit more in life. I also want you to take notice of the entertainment cost of $500. That way you can go to some shows and enjoy yourself a little bit more. And the savings of $500 just in case of a rainy day. So when you tally all that up, it's going to come out to be around $5,000 per month or $60,600 a year. So how many Airbnbs do you need to have at $300,000 that bring in $5,000 a month with $2,000 mortgage and be able to support this lifestyle? While saying that you're making a profit of $3,000 per month per unit, that's $6,000 or $72,000 a year. And so if you just own 2 Airbnb properties that were profitable like this, then you would be left over with $11,400 in your pocket at the end of the year on top of having this healthy lifestyle.
Your financial freedom number 3 is when you start having fun. This is when you start doing the stuff that you never thought would be possible, but it's your current lifestyle with some add-ons. And so let's say, for instance, if you're a meat eater, which I know right now that could get you in trouble, but you don't currently go to steak restaurants. You just say, we're going to throw in 1 steak restaurant a week. Or if you want to go out to a live, like I don't go to many concerts, and I would like to start going to more concerts. So it would be like putting in 1 extra concert a month, or going on a vacation a month, maybe a trip to Austin if you live in Dallas once a month or twice a month, going to Mexico every quarter, something like that. Factoring that into your financial plan, that's your financial freedom number 3. It's your current life as it is, but boosted a little bit. It's like this more idealized version of your life. You get to do whatever it is that you wish you did already, you're just not doing. That's your 3rd. And finally, your financial freedom number 4 is this crazy make-believe Jonathan Livingstone kind of level of ideas. My camera guy and editor, wonderful guy by the way, guys. If you guys aren't following him, you should follow him. But he told me by the end of this year he's going to be never flying coach again. He's going to be only first class on every single plane. He's going to travel around the world, eat the finest things, drink the finest wines, and do everything in his mind that he's always wanted to do. And there's no doubt he's going to do it. And that's it. There's no surrender. And I love that. That's great. That's your financial freedom number 4. And that's going to be just like the idealized life. Do I want a 3-bedroom house? No, I want a mansion. Do I want to find myself in the middle of the country? No, I want to buy a country, that kind of thing. So whatever it is that makes you uncomfortable, the kind of goals that make you scared, that's your financial freedom number 4. One day when whatever it is that makes you happy. If right now you're making $10,000 a year, $20,000 a year like I used to make, then it might be so unheard of to think of one day I can have a fleet of ostriches that will just race in my backyard and I can jump on them and race them with my friends. Like crazy stuff. I know, I get it. I was there. I wrote down all sorts of weird stuff. And then as you get closer and closer to that goal, that income goal of being able to do those crazy things, you realize I actually want those things. One day I wanted to just say I wanted a fleet of Bugattis. And now that I have a Tesla, I'm like, I actually don't even want a Bugatti. Like I never wanted those things. Well, I do want a suit that was made of pure gold. Now I'm like, I don't even want to wear suits anymore. Like as you get closer to this financial freedom number 4, then you will find that your goals are going to really change. But who you are now will not recognize the person that who you will be at your 3rd level. Just like a mountain. This is I'm going to end on this. Your financial freedom journey is just like a mountain. You think that whenever you get to this level, then everything will make sense. All your sacrifices that you've had to do, all the times that you stayed in versus going out, all the times you eat like very, very, very minimalistic versus doing the things that you want to do and things that you want to eat, like all the travels that you didn't go to, everything that you did and you didn't do, it will totally make sense whenever you get to this number, whatever that number is. If it's $30,000 a year, 50, 70, 100, $300,000, $1 million, whatever it is, it's all going to make sense. It's all going to be worth it when you get there, because once you get there, then you'll be happy. That's not true. The truth is, just like a mountain, when you get to the summit, to wherever you think you might need to go, and that's where your goals are, then you look up and you're like, oh hot damn, like I'm still at the foot of this mountain. Like there's a mountain way over there that is like 10 times, 100 times taller than this one, and there are people up there waving and smiling at me and be like, hey, how's that kiddie course going? And you're like, oh, I've sacrificed everything to be at the top of this thing, and then this is like a practice round. So no matter where you get in life, you will never feel like it was all worth it unless you make it in your mind right now, decide that it will be. There is no point in the future where you are going to be happy. You need to be happy right now with where you're at and enjoy the process and enjoy the journey. And that's my advice to you guys. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. Make sure to enjoy today, be happy today. Don't sacrifice your today for a tomorrow, because tomorrow you'll be doing the same thing that you're doing today then. And you'll live a whole life of sacrifice. Live it at some point. And hopefully you can retire young and we can go travel the world together. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and I will see you in the next video.